Who really controls the world? Is it God? Is it humans? Or something else entirely? Because if you look around, wars, corruption, suffering, injustice, does this really look like a world ruled by a loving God? Or is there another force working behind the scenes? What if everything you thought you knew is only part of the truth? Many people believe God is in control of everything happening on earth. But then a question arises. If God is in control, why is there so much evil? Why do innocent people suffer? Why does injustice seem to win? The Bible gives a surprising answer. In 1 John 5 verse 19, it says, "The whole world is under the control of the wicked one." The wicked one, not humans, not governments, but a spiritual force influencing the world. So who is this wicked one? The Bible identifies him as the devil, Satan, a being described as deceptive, powerful, and actively working to mislead humanity. This explains something important. The chaos we see is not proof that God is failing. It may actually be proof that someone else is temporarily in control. But here's where it gets deeper. If Satan is influencing the world, does that mean God has no power? No. The Bible shows that God allows this for a limited time. Why? To answer a bigger question. Who has the right to rule humanity? And what happens when humans follow a different ruler? What we see today may be the result of that test. Before we go further, take a moment. Ask yourself honestly, who do you think is influencing the world today? Comment your thoughts below. And if you want to understand truths most people overlook, stay until the end, because the answer might change how you see everything. The Bible doesn't just reveal who influences the world. It also reveals a solution. In 1 John 3 verse 8, it says, "The Son of God appeared for this purpose, to destroy the works of the devil." That Son is Jesus Christ. So while Satan may influence the world now, his control is not permanent. Jesus came to break that influence, to expose deception, to restore truth, to give humanity a way out. This means something powerful. You are not helpless. Even in a world influenced by darkness, you can choose light. You can choose truth over deception, good over evil, and that choice matters more than you think. The world may seem controlled, but the final outcome is already written. Darkness does not win. Truth does. So now we return to the question, who really controls the world? Is it God, humans, or something else? The Bible suggests, right now, the world is influenced by a wicked force. But not forever, because a greater power is already at work to end it. And the real question becomes, who are you choosing to follow? Let's bring this closer to reality, because this isn't just a concept. It's something we see happening every day. Look at the world around you. There are children born into poverty, with no control over their situation. Families torn apart by war, not because they chose it, but because of decisions made by powerful people. Corruption exists in systems meant to protect. Leaders lie. Truth is manipulated. Justice is delayed or completely denied. And sometimes, the innocent suffer, while the guilty walk free. Now ask yourself, if humans alone are in control, why do these patterns repeat across generations? Different countries, different cultures, same problems. Greed, violence, deception. It's almost like there's a system, or influence, pushing humanity in the same direction. The Bible's statement begins to make more sense. The whole world is under the control of the wicked one. This doesn't mean every person is evil, but it suggests something deeper, that there is a powerful influence, encouraging division instead of unity, selfishness instead of love, lies instead of truth. Think about it. Why does bad news spread faster than good? Why is negativity easier to believe than hope? Why does doing the right thing sometimes feel harder? These are not random patterns. They may be signs of influence, not always visible, not always obvious, but real. And if that influence is real, then understanding it becomes one of the most important things you can do. Even on a personal level, have you ever noticed how easy it is to feel anger, but harder to forgive? How quick people are to judge, but slow to understand? These small daily struggles, when multiplied across billions of people, shape the entire world, and they all point to the same question. Is this just human nature, or something influencing it? Consider this. A woman lives an honest life. She helps others. She avoids wrongdoing. She tries to do what is right. But one day, she becomes a victim of fraud. Her savings gone. Her trust broken. And the person responsible? Still free. Still thriving. Moments like this raise a difficult question. If goodness exists, why doesn't it always win? Now imagine a young man. He starts with clear goals, strong values, a good direction. But over time, small compromises begin. A lie here, a shortcut there. Nothing big at first, but slowly, his thinking changes. Until one day, he justifies things he once believed were wrong. Not a sudden fall, but a gradual shift, almost invisible, until it's too late. What small choices are shaping who you are becoming? Picture a group of people online. At first, it's just opinions. But then, anger spreads. One comment turns into hundreds. Judgment becomes normal. And suddenly, people are attacking someone they've never even met. No one planned it, but it happened anyway. Because influence spreads faster than intention. Are your thoughts truly your own, or shaped by what you constantly see? There's also the struggle no one sees. A person smiling in public, but battling anxiety, anger, or emptiness inside. They try to stay positive, but negative thoughts keep returning. Whispers of doubt, fear, worthlessness. It's not always visible, but it's real. And for many, it feels like a constant battle within. Where do these inner voices come from? And why are they so hard to silence? Now look at those in power. A leader starts with good intentions, but over time, power changes them. Control becomes more important than truth. Decisions are made, not for people, but for influence. And the impact? Millions affected by the decisions of a few. Why does power so often lead to corruption? Finally, a quiet moment. You are faced with a decision. No one is watching. No pressure. Just you and a choice. Do what is right, or what is easy. These moments seem small, but they define everything. Because influence may exist, but choice still belongs to you. Who are you becoming when no one else sees? Some say, I didn't realize I was changing until I looked back. Others admit, I knew it was wrong, but I kept going anyway. And some quietly wonder, why does doing good feel harder than doing wrong? All these stories, different people, different situations, but similar patterns. Influence, pressure, gradual change. So the question becomes clearer. Is this just human behavior, or something influencing it from behind the scenes? If there truly is an unseen influence in the world, then we need to understand how it works. Because the most effective control is the one you don't notice. Deception is not just lying. It's something far more dangerous. It's making people believe they already know the truth. Because if someone thinks they are right, they stop searching, they stop questioning, and that's where deception wins. It doesn't force you, it convinces you. Deception also works slowly, not by shocking you, but by adjusting you, little by little, until what once felt wrong feels normal. What have you accepted today that you would have questioned before? Distraction doesn't destroy truth. It just keeps you too busy to notice it. In a distracted world, silence feels uncomfortable. Stillness feels strange. Because when everything stops, you start to think, and thinking leads to awareness. Distraction doesn't look harmful. It feels entertaining, relaxing, normal. But over time, it weakens focus, reduces awareness, and slowly disconnects people from deeper truth. What is taking most of your attention? And what is it costing you? Division is not just conflict. It's separation with purpose. Because divided people stop listening, stop understanding, stop uniting. And once unity is broken, control becomes easier. Division turns differences into distance, and distance into hostility. Are your disagreements bringing clarity or creating more separation? Now here's where it becomes powerful. These methods don't work alone. They work together. First, deception shapes what people believe. Then, distraction keeps them from questioning it. Finally, division prevents them from uniting to challenge it. And just like that, influence spreads. Quietly, effectively, globally. If this is happening, how much of what you see is actually real? This isn't just about the world. It's about you, your thoughts, your decisions, your direction. Every day, you are exposed to ideas, pulled in different directions, faced with choices. And in those moments, these methods are at work. What influences you the most? Every single day? But here's the important part. Understanding the method breaks the control, because once you see it, you can question it, you can resist it, you can rise above it. And that's exactly why truth matters. That question, who really controls the world, becomes much clearer when you look at the Bible's overall message, especially passages like 1 John 5 verse 19, which says, "The whole world is lying in the power of the wicked one." That raises a deeper question. If God is all-powerful, why would he allow that at all? Here's where the deeper explanation comes in. The Bible presents God as the rightful ruler of everything. He created the earth and humans to live under his loving guidance. But early in human history, a challenge was raised. In Genesis 3, Satan didn't just tempt Adam and Eve. He questioned God's right to rule. The implication was, humans don't need God. They can decide for themselves what is right and wrong. This wasn't just disobedience. It was a challenge to God's authority and way of governing. A question that required time to answer. Instead of immediately destroying the rebel, Satan, God allowed time. Why? Because the issue wasn't just about power, it was about truth and trust. Think of it this way. If someone publicly claims a leader is unjust or unnecessary, simply silencing them doesn't prove the claim wrong. It leaves doubts. So God allowed humans to try ruling themselves, Satan to influence the world. Time for the results to become clear. Over thousands of years, human history has shown patterns. Wars, corruption, injustice. Systems that promise peace but fail. Division, greed, and suffering. This reflects what Jeremiah 10 verse 23 says. It does not belong to man who is walking even to direct his step. In other words, humans, even with intelligence and good intentions, struggle to govern perfectly without God. So why doesn't God step in now? He will, but at the right time. According to the Bible, God is allowing this temporary period to fully settle the issue of rulership, show the consequences of independence from Him, give people the opportunity to choose His way. Then, through His kingdom, He will remove wicked influence completely. If God had ended rebellion immediately, would humans truly understand why His rulership is best? Or would doubts keep coming back? But now, after centuries of human rule, we can ask, has the world proven that it can succeed without God? This is just the beginning. In the next chapter, we'll go deeper into the Bible, not just to understand who controls the world, but to discover what God is about to do next. What is God's kingdom really? When will it take full control? And how will it change life on earth forever? We'll also uncover why suffering still exists, what the Bible says about the future, and how you can be part of God's purpose. So don't miss what's coming next, because the next message might answer the questions you've been carrying for a long time. This is only the beginning. The truth is just unfolding. If this message opened your eyes, if it made you think, if it helped you understand what's really happening in the world, then don't keep it to yourself. There are millions of people still searching for answers, still confused, still hurting, still asking, why is the world like this? You can help them see the truth. Take one simple step, like this video, so more people can find it. Subscribe to this channel, so you don't miss messages that can strengthen your faith and help you understand God's purpose more clearly. And share this, because someone you know might need this message today. This world system is temporary, but truth lasts forever. Stay aware. Stay strong, and keep seeking what is right.